actor is with us in Sacramento.
You had nothing to wrap up last night. What did you do?
Hey, you know, there was no AGT last night, so Eric couldn't do his AGT SFSC show last night.
It's JFSC, and I only do it Wednesday nights.
Oh. Why wouldn't you do your show right after America's Got Talent airs when people are anxious to talk about it?
Because I want to wait till both episodes air.
I see. That's important, evidently.
So you're the last to rap. Everybody else is doing it on the night of the show.
Hey, where is my, hey, Gary, where is the Eric the Actor tapes of his last show, which was a hoot?
There is, and he'll be very excited, there's an Eric the Actor AGT page.
My God, Eric's last show was maybe the worst show ever in the history of Eric's career.
Shut the fuck.
Eric, why can't we hear you at least?
Eric, you don't know how bad the show sounds? Do you even listen to your own show at all, played back?
Do I sit and criticize your show?
You can do that. People do that all day and night. But Eric, you're the star of the show, and all I hear is the girl you work with.
If we even hear her papers rattling is louder than you.
You can't tell me that you're not upset about that.
She had all the questions in a Ziploc bag, and that's the noise that you heard.
Yeah, but Eric, the noise was louder than you. How can that be? And she doesn't listen to the show while she's doing it?
What, you mean she doesn't listen to our own show?
Yeah. I mean, I can hear the sound mix on my show. Do you guys wear headphones?
No.
Oh.
Her and I don't.
No.
But
what? How do you hear each other?
Because we're right near each other.
Oh, you're in the same room. I see.
Yes.
I'm in the same room with Fred. We all wear headphones so we can hear what's going on.
So you can hear the relationship of sounds.
Eric, your show would be 1,000 times better with just that improvement. And Eric, by the way, if the guy who's the greatest radio performer in history, the most successful, gives you advice on a radio show, be smart enough to take it. What?
There's nothing professional about this setup. There's no microphones or anything. They're just using whatever mic is on the camera.
Oh,
Is that right?
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing.
But don't you admit if Eric wore headphones, he'd be able to hear that his show is in disarray?
the show's in. The audio is the.
I mean,
least
Eric is it's the Eric the Actor show.
Yeah. The whole show's in disarray. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about half the time. And
let's get into the tape. Eric, since you don't appear to listen to your own show, I'm going to play it for you, and I am going to critique it.
I was going to say, has Eric ever listened back besides when we play it for him?
I don't know. No. Can you imagine? How unprofessional is that? Aren't you curious how you're doing?
I take the word of other people.
Yeah, well. And what do they say?
Oh, a lot of people have said that it's a good job.
I got to tell you something. I drive around in my car all day with Howard 100 and Howard 100 on, and I monitor what's going on, including myself.
Right.
I need to hear what's going on and what the show sounds like to a guy in his car. And I know you. I know you block everyone who says anything negative, but maybe some people are trying to help you. He only gets good reviews because he blocks everyone who's negative.
Right.
As soon as you're negative, you're done with Eric.
But, you know, if Eric really was serious about broadcasting, he'd listen.
You have to listen. Listen, I've been going on Letterman show for years. Whenever I appear somewhere, I watch it at least once to see how my performance was.
How do you think you get better?
It's awfully arrogant, Eric, to think that you're going to be a star and a superstar talent without even... You're so bored you're not listening to yourself. All right, I'm going to play this for Eric because this is the opening of the show. I know I played some of these yesterday, but Eric was quite perturbed with me because I played these without him being here.
Oh, really?
Which is ridiculous. But all right, I'll do it here for him now. Here's Eric's opening to the show.
Okay, attempt number 2 here. Welcome to the JFSC. Wrong.
By the way, if I may point out, the woman typing over Eric.
Do you hear this, Eric?
And also, I couldn't even make out the first 5 words
Yeah,
Eric
I don't
said.
know what he's saying.
He said,
But he's trying to work out the name of the show, is what I can, from what I can understand. And then he goes, no, that's wrong. And he starts again.
I don't want to start off the show.
well, if you're doing the impression of Eric, just put your hands over your mouth, Fred.
If I am a show.
Yeah, we can hear you through that.
Train.
By the way, I'm not adding any sound effect to Eric's tape. I assure you, this typing is the real deal.
In the old show, the JFSCTV.com AGT wrap-up show.
That is not me.
Your host, Eric, the actor, which is me, and we're going to recap the America's Got Talent. It's been on since, what I think, May 14th. I want to address something that happened Monday.
It's so hard to hear you. That's number one. Then the show continues on, and this woman that he works with, I guess it's the woman, is fumbling around with her papers, and I can't hear a word Eric's saying.
Parminder Gill.
Her I hear fine.
Oh, yeah, she's loud and overmodulated.
Yeah.
Parminder Gill. Eric, is it possible you'll stop grunting if you sing a country song?
I don't do that.
That's the host.
I talked to plenty of people on the phone off air on this current show, and not one of them.
That's not me.
It's a combination.
It's comical.
That way, it's a combination of it's early in the morning. I just woke up.
Eric, if I did the show, and it
Does
sounded...
Eric really want to be on the show? It almost like he is in another room.
Yeah.
Out the door.
What if the show sounded like this? Hey, Robin, how you doing today? And I tell you, last night I was watching television. I had a great time. And,
I'm sure we'd be very successful.
Robin, and I got to tell you, I love doing the show and I love meeting people. On top of that, I mean, you're hard to understand anyway because you do have that.
No, I
style of
fucking-
speech.
No, I fucking don't.
No, you have a voice that is difficult to understand sometimes.
I fucking know.
Eric, you're going to tell us you can hear you perfectly.
Now, what do you hear?
Fred, kiss my ass.
Eric, what do you hear when you hear me play back these tapes? Do you think it sounds good? Let me.
No.
I'll play you another one. I'm not putting any sound effects on this. Here's Eric talking about. He's recapping his favorite foods, and again with this paper noise.
At Damon Ike, aside from soda and candy,
Notice there's no noise when she's talking.
Yeah, she's bellowing loud and
She's
clear.
bellowing.
what are some of your favorite foods? Is there anything you aren't allowed to have for your health reasons?
Here we go.
I'll answer one part first.
First of all, not only is he far away from the microphone or something, but then she makes it even harder with this. Listen.
No, it's what I know. There's nothing outlawed
Put on some headphones.
on my list of what I can and cannot eat. And
Eric, do you hear this? Am I making any of this up?
No, you're not. But I don't have a thing to put a pair of headphones into.
Well, this is ridiculous.
Well, then you can't do a broadcast.
And who is this girl? Is she trying to sabotage you?
No.
Who is she? She sits in the room with you?
Yes.
Is she hot?
Yes.
Oh. Well, maybe you don't care then. I guess.
Maybe he doesn't care to be heard. He's
Right.
got a pretty girl with him.
Is she a professional broadcaster? I mean, who is she? Who is she?
I don't think her and that person and that are that's doing the whole site.
By the way, you say you don't talk like that. Your answer is,
because I'm trying to. I think of the right way to put it, jackass.
No, you talk like.
Because
I'm just saying, Eric, you're hard enough to understand. You've got to be right on that microphone. They can't be fumbling papers, and she's got to quiet down. And instead of calling me a jackass, get a hold of her and whoever's producing that show.
Yeah, you're not angry at them?
Yeah, no, he's angry at me.
let me explain.
Thank you.
The pauses in my speech are me trying to think of the right thing to say.
Well, I don't care what the reason is. You're hard to understand when you do that. That's all I'm saying. So I'm willing to put up with that.
I don't want to say the thing and then get stuck with it.
But you understand it makes you sound like this.
Well, as long as we can't hear you, you're not stuck with anything.
Well, yeah, that's true. You're safe. We didn't hear a thing.
So just say whatever.
Look, I'm an Eric the Actor fan. I want to hear what you have to say. I can't hear it. Radio is whether you can hear something or not.
Well, if you would shut up long enough for me to say, maybe you would hear.
All right, tell me an explanation.
I was trying to say that the two of them, the person that's the technical person of the JFSCTV.com and her, they're trying to stay behind the scenes. They don't want to be on cam or anything like that.
What's that got to do with anything?
Horrible job.
I mean, what's that got to do with the fact that does the technical guy wear headphones when you're talking?
Actually, yes, he's the only one that does.
And he doesn't hear this? If it was me,
the girl wants to be in the background, but she's the only thing you can hear.
Their actions do not speak of what you say. It's just the way it is. This is what I'm hearing. Here's what I hear. That's what do you hear, Fred?
It's the Eric the Midget Show.
All right. That's what we hear.
That's it. That's everything you get.
And I know you think I'm being harsh, but I'm the only one being honest with you. Why bother doing a show that we can't hear? Okay? Hello?
I'm here.
Look, if the name of the show was Eric's Paper Crumpling and Typing Sound Show, I would say you got a hit. Because that's what I heard. I heard papers crumpling, typing.
And everybody but Eric. You hear somebody talking very well and loudly.
Right.
And then you hear some guy who sounds like he's outside the studio.
You know what I've learned in radio, Eric? People will not put up with, they'll try a show for 30 seconds. If it doesn't sound right, they're gone. Listen, I'm a hit on radio. I know radio. I don't know much, but I know radio. I can help you with that.
Right.
I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm trying to get you some listeners here. I'm the only one, I think, who even advertises this show. I mean, who else is talking about it? Nobody.
You couldn't talk about it if you were going to talk about content because you couldn't hear what Eric said.
I mean, who is the engineer, Robin? Lou Ferrigno? Eric, you're on the air.
You sound great.
Keep it up. You're doing great.
Thank you, Lou.
You know I played the Incredible Hulk?
Thank you.
All right, Eric. Well, I hope this was of use to you. I don't know. I'm trying to be constructive.
Do you think you'll go back and make some changes?
I'm actually considering possibly putting this on hiatus till the technical issues get worked out.
Yeah, I can see why. He's frustrated. Well, let's hope you get it worked out and you don't have to go on hiatus. All your fans are waiting for the next show. I know I am.
Right.
All right, Eric. Well, best of luck getting that all straightened out. I know how frustrating it can be.
One other thing before you let me go. I'm going to try to enter a contest of one of your
Well, thank you for that, Eric. I'm under fire. Eric, go ahead. What did you want to say? Hold it. Incoming, Robin. Incoming. Eric, what were you saying?
Stop it, Jack.
Robin, duck. I mean, I hear a duck. Oh, it's Eric.
Hey, I'm going to enter a
It is an
contest
illusion.
that started yesterday.
What contest are you starting?
No, I didn't start it. I'm entering one that started yesterday.
Yeah, what is that?
So the coast.
Hold on, Eric. There's a duck sound. Stop it, duck. Wait, you duck.
Get a gun and shoot it.
Wait, hold on, Robin. I'll get the gun. Eric, keep talking. Hold it. What did you say, Eric? Something about a contest? All right, I got him.
That's time.
All right, I'll turn off my gun. Yes, did you say what you had to say?
The Live with Kelly Coast to Coast co-host search.
Oh, that's a good one.
What is it?
The Live with Kelly co-host search. So Eric, the actor, could be a co-host
I
on
would
Live
love
with Kelly?
that. I would do anything to see that.
So what do we vote for you?
Well, first step.
By the way, their votes are because somebody we voted for to be her co-host, like they still didn't let him on.
Really?
Remember the last time they had some sort of vote and we put somebody through? Like we got him like 1 million votes and they still didn't put him through. I think it was Booker.
Oh, yeah.
Like if we get Eric all the votes, I bet you they still won't let him co-host.
accept
No,
him, huh?
they won't.
They don't want this great broadcaster?
They don't want, maybe they don't like handicapped people over at that show. Maybe they don't want America to see handicapped people.
They don't want a show that sounds like the one
Yeah.
that was played last week?
Well, I think the engineering would be better on that, Robin.
You think Gelman could help
Do you
get
think
Eric on mic?
Do you think Kelly would just be going like this while Eric's talking? Eric, so what do we do to help you? And please don't mind my Geiger counter going off during the show. It's just a active test for radiation. Yeah, go ahead.
I was trying to. The first step is I got to send in a video to the website of me trying to pitch being in the contest.
What?
Wait, there's a snake.
What?
Robin, there's a snake in this picture.
Where are we?
Well, my engineer won't get rid of it. Hold it, I'll kill it. There we go. Eric, please.
All right, now
don't
what
let us
did you
interrupt
say?
you. Yes, you were saying?
I was saying that I have to submit the video by the 29th month.
Wait a minute, somebody's tearing bandages. Somebody must have been hurt.
I accidentally shot myself when I was trying to kill the snake, Robin. But please, Eric, go ahead.
I'll say it a third time.
Please.
I have to submit a video to their website by the 29th.
All right, we'll do it because we'll all vote for you.
You know, once they see the video, Eric.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be a great video. Would you send me a copy of the video just so I can see how you're doing?
Where are you taping this video?
I think in the same JFSC studios.
On my laptop, probably.
Yeah. What do you have an agenda for the video you're sending, Kelly?
No, not really.
That's good.
You're just going to do what? What are you planning to say?
I'm gonna. Hey, hello, Kelly. Yeah, here's what's in the news.
This is what, you should be like Regis. If you're going to get that job, you got to go.
Last night, I went out to the 7-Eleven.
It would really be nice if you would let me answer Robin's questions.
Sorry, go ahead. And don't mind the horses that are coming through the studio.
That's right. The Belmont is running through the studio.
Yeah, the Belmont Stakes.
What I was going to do
I gotta get out of here.
you are such immature.
You think?
I agree with that.
Yep.
So what is it? What are you planning to say?
I was going to say that I've been a part of the Howard Stern show for almost 10 years, and that I've been on TV shows, and just going to give my credits.
Well, I could argue with that approach.
That
right?
sounds horrible.
It sounds
and
boring. Yeah. You know, Eric, again, I'm going to give you some free advice. You'd be smart to take it. Notice, like, when Regis was on with Kelly, he would talk about what he did that day. Like, you should get real down with it. Like, you know, hey, I had a great night last night, or I had a miserable night last night, or, you know, don't talk about what you've done. Talk about, you know, what you're doing now and, you know, what you read in the newspaper. Like, Regis would hold up the newspaper and go, can you believe this? The Houston Rockets won, or something like that.
All right.
Yeah, you got to act like the hosts something.
And then threaten at the end. Just go, I'm a handicapped little person, and if you don't pick me, you're racist. What is it when you don't like little handicapped people? Is that racism?
Well, it's
What is that?
what is it called?
There's not even a thing. There's not even a name for that. Yeah. A littlest, I believe, right? If a racist is a race, a littlest would be...
Well, a handicapist.
A handicapist littlest. A sizeist. A sizeism.
A sizist.
A sizeism. You're practicing a sizeism.
Got it, Eric?
Yeah.
What are the odds of him getting selected?
None.
Yeah, even if we all vote for him. But I'm going to vote for him. Well, I got to tell you, though, Eric, on one level, I think you got a shot. Because your chipper personality is perfect for a morning show. You know how upbeat you are.
What? I mean, pretend you're on the show.
All right, I'll be Kathy Lee. Eric, you
Kelly.
be... Oh, right. Kelly Lee. Kelly. There's Kathy Lee and Kelly. Yeah.
Her husband presided over your wedding. You can't even remember her name. That's
I do remember her name. I thought of Kathy Lee. Sorry. All right, you ready? I'm Kelly,
yes.
And you're...
The co-host.
The co-host. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the morning show with Kelly Ripa. And we're very excited today because we're welcoming someone new into our family. New on the show, and by the way, all of you voted, so this is your choice. And I just want to say that Gelman personally picked him, and here he is, Eric the actor. Maybe you've heard of him from the Howard Stern show, but he won overwhelmingly. Everyone voted for him. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you, and good morning, Kelly. Good morning, everybody.
So, Eric, tell us about you a little bit. A lot of people who don't know you. What's going on with you? And please don't touch me, by the way. All right, go ahead.
I've been, for almost 10 years now, a regular caller into the Howard Stern show, and I've had...
So you call Howard every morning?
Just about every morning.
Wow. Okay.
I've also had 3 acting parts on 3 different primetime shows. The first one was American Dreams, then Friends, and Plain Sight.
Oh, Plain Sight. Isn't that with Mary McCormick?
Yes, it is.
I don't remember seeing you. What did you play? The doorstop?
I was in the 2nd episode of the 5th season.
Oh, wow.
I played a landlord.
Okay.
I'm changing the channel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought Eric was going to take over, but he wants to talk about his credentials.
Right. He just and you know, Eric, when you show up, the first thing you say is not that, you know, you've been a caller on the Stern Show for 10 years. You got to explain.
I don't know. You know what, Robin? You don't know everything. Eric's got a plan. Well, Eric, it's great having you here. We're going to bring out the North Shore Animal League now. They're bringing out a 40-pound cat to eat you. He's going to eat you on set. Any funny anecdotes from the set of Plain Sight? Must have been great being on the show.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What an anecdote.
Did anything fun happen?
You know what an anecdote is?
Yes, I know what an anecdote is.
Oh, he thought I said anecdote.
If you get bit by a snake, you get the anecdote. Just kill you.
No, Eric, hey, it's so great having you here. You know, I didn't realize what an actor you were. What happened on the set of In Plain Sight that you might tell us about?
Well, just got to meet up the cast and the crew and do my part.
Wow.
Nothing funny happened?
I could see why Gelman picked you out of all the people we could have chosen.
Nothing happened while you were on the set?
I don't mean to tease you, Eric, but
what
I heard
about
you.
The story of
I
the
heard
werewolves?
I heard you were afraid of werewolves when you were working.
Well, didn't encounter any.
Eric.
Come on, Robin.
Oh, my God.
You don't think this is fascinating?
This is awful.
You don't think Kelly and Eric make a good team?
Eric's not giving anything.
Are you saying if anything ever happened to me, Robin, you wouldn't work with Eric?
No.
Oh.
This would be a nightmare.
Right. You know why she says that? You were waiting for something funny or some funny anecdote. And
you should say, like, you know what, Kelly? Just before I went, one of my friends convinced me that werewolves actually existed, and I thought I might get eaten by one when I went to the set, so I made sure to put a rider in my contract that it had to be werewolf-free.
Look, Elephant Boy's laughing at that. Robin, maybe you should co-host with Kelly. You were pretty good. All right, well, Eric, I wish you luck with all your new endeavors. Please let us know when we can start voting for you, all right?
That'll be never. They'll just totally reject this tape. You better show us that tape before you send it.
Yeah, send me the tape so I can critique it and maybe improve it a little, all right?
Okay.
All right. You know, I've taken a special interest in your career, as you know. I mean, I'm responsible for getting you on a lot of shows, and, I feel sort of a sense of responsibility that maybe I could help you with this, this co-hosting thing. In fact, maybe even get that girl that you work with to play Kelly and have some bouncing back and forth between the two of you. That would be my first advice. Rather than make the audition tape yourself. Try to get a partner with you.
And then, just to clarify, you guys are on air next week, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Why is that?
Well, so if I send you the tape.
Oh, right. Okay. All right, Eric, I've spent way too much time with you. Best of luck, and please have your engineer listen to this show a little closer. Thank you.
Right.
All right. Just trying to help. All right, Eric.
Remember, poor JD is out there listening.
Right. He's forced to. JD's probably the only one who's forced to listen to the entire hour. All right. And with any luck, Eric, if you listen to me, you'll be my heir apparent. You know what that means?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means the person that follows you.
Uh-huh.
You're designating him.
I'm grooming you. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Right. Eric the actor, everyone.
Eric,
there he goes.
Annoying motherfucker.
Robin, by the way, you were very helpful with Eric and trying to mold him.
I just see that audience going down to zero.
Well,
he starts, I got to meet the stars of the show. And maybe that woman's crumpling papers for a reason. Eric has nothing to say.
All right, we have to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Hey, before I get into anything, I was listening to Eric the Actor's new AGT wrap-up show.
Oh, that's right. It comes on Wednesdays after the show.
Yeah. If you can find my show, America's Got Talent. It seems to me, I think it's on tonight.
When is it on?
I'm assuming tonight and tomorrow night, but one never do know with that show. It's wild to me how people go, when is it on exactly? Doesn't seem to be clear. And I was going over the summer schedule, the rest of the summer schedule, when we go to live shows, and sometimes it's on Tuesday, and sometimes it's Monday, Tuesday, sometimes Tuesday, Wednesday, and then sometimes Tuesday, Thursday.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen a show handled like. Usually you have a time slot.
Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah. Well, they moved it to Tuesday, Wednesday for me. That was the original plan.
Yeah, but you pick a time and a day.
And stick with it. Run with it. But it's okay. But, you know, and I just kind of like go, whatever, whenever it airs, it'll be fine. Show's doing well. What do I care?
But every week you have to check.
It's that good a show. Like, you literally have to just...
You have to go hunt it down.
Yeah, it's worth it. Anyway, Eric the Actor has his America's Got Talent wrap-up show. And they've worked out the technical glitches. You can now hear him.
Okay.
But it hasn't improved the quality of the show any.
Can hear you in the room.
Good evening, room. Can everybody hear me?
It's a good way to open a show.
Good evening, room.
Can everybody hear me? Well...
I've never heard of people referred to as a room before. Good evening, room.
There's a big silence. You don't know what's going on.
Welcome to the JFSATV.com AGT wrap-up show.
Well, they have whittled
Show
down
over.
that name.
You think? I thought it was kind of long. JFSC AGT.
I'm your host, Eric the Actor.
Eric the Actor.
Well, it was JFS.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't realize he has a funny delivery.
See.
His breathing is a little strange. But he's a handicapped guy.
This week's show is brought to you by the Viper Room.
Oh, we have a sponsor.
On Tuesday the 26th, go to the Viper Room and check out their karaoke pole dance in competition.
Wow.
And called Pole Stock.
That's pretty. Karaoke pole dancing competition.
It will be
what?
Called Pole Stock.
What does that mean? Are the people on the pole doing the karaoke?
I don't know. What do I know what goes on at the Viper Room? Eric seems to be tied in with the Viper Room.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Hosted by
Big pause.
Sam Tripoli, and porn star Shayla Styles.
Anyway, it's off to a rousing start, and you want to hear?
What can you say? What can you say?
And then
about
people
this
just
show?
people just call in and or write in, I guess, on his chat room, and they ask him ball-busting questions. Like, here's somebody throwing a math question at him, and Eric gets angry.
At Brock Carter, 69, ETA, if there are 21 contestants on AGT and 13 suck, how many make it through Las Vegas?
Oh, good grief. Gee, I wonder why they're asking this question. I'm not answering it.
At my...
So he won't answer any math questions.
Well, I just realized that Eric the Actor is ETA, so now
Right.
he's ETA.
This is ETA on the JFSCAGT wrap-up show.
There's a lot going on there. So then finally he just starts yelling at everyone for asking math questions.
Despite what some people think, I don't get paid to call into the show. I don't get paid for, having these...
We don't pay him for all those great calls?
Being bad at math.
Yeah.
Isles Porcus. Eric, if AGT is 1 hour long and a marathon shows 4 episodes, how many minutes of AGT were aired?
Enough with the math questions, you dumb fits.
There's some sort of audio problem this week where you notice it cuts out every
Yeah,
minute.
misses some of his words.
Yeah, but makes it funnier.
Kirby Orton, are you voting this fall? And who will you be supporting in the 2012 election?
Yeah, I'll be voting in November, and I'll be supporting Obama.
Who?
I think he said Obama.
No, I think he said a llama. I'm supporting a llama.
I'm supporting a llama. They're very furry. Then people just, all they do during his whole show is try to piss him off with questions, and the girl reads them, you know. Evidently, Eric whistled one week on his show, and the whistling, because he's on video,
yeah,
they said his face contorted and looked strange when he whistled, and now he doesn't want to whistle anymore.
I think everyone wants to hear you whistle again. It was very popular.
Yeah.
Maybe we could arrange something that you just do something different.
Well, the other thing, besides the fact that it kind of created an issue, the other thing that kind of annoyed me is it didn't even get one bit of attention from Howard. That's one of the main reasons why I did that last week, was to get Howard's attention.
He won't whistle now.
How did we miss that? Is he a good whistler?
Yeah, the best part is when Eric is now angry with Live with Kelly Ripa.
Why?
Because he's entered the contest to become her co-host for the week, and he's serious about it. And now he's thinking of withdrawing because he found out that Kelly doesn't fly in her guest hosts. So what's so great about it is, Eric's never going to get chosen to be the guest host.
This is great, though, because now he can rail and rant.
Yeah. Hey, Eric, I would say, you know what? Why don't you send in a tape to Kelly Ripa, and if you get chosen, then worry about the airfare. You know.
Well, I think with the economic bad timing that we are having right now, that having a contest where you don't pay for the...
Yeah, but I'm saying you're not going to win anyway. You're never going to be the co-host.
It would be such a fluke.
Yeah, if the fluke happens, we'll figure out how to pay for it.
You don't know if they would choose me or not.
That's what I'm saying.
So let's see if you get chosen.
I'm telling you, they'll never choose you. First of all, can you imagine, like, Eric will get chosen, which would be, like, the greatest thing ever? Then he'd be like, I can't get an oxygen tank that quickly, and I can't, you know, like, he would actually probably end up blowing it anyway, which would be so great. Here's Eric mad at Live with Kelly on his radio show.
Eric, are you going to turn in a video to Kelly's show?
Oh, the live... yeah, I've considered that. The only thing is, there's one major thing with it. The people that they pick
what is that noise?
To do travel cost, they have to buy their own round-trip tickets, which I find a little annoying, because a lot of these people are probably going to be entering this contest where people that are out of work and don't have the money to buy round-trip tickets. So why make them have to pay for their way?
Yeah, they can afford it. It sure makes a ton of dough.
If they're sitting at home watching Live and entering this contest, surely they can afford it.
If they have that much free time. They all must be billionaires, because most people go out and work. Well, Eric, I would enter anyway and see what happens. I'll bet you don't get picked.
Do you have to send in a picture?
And if I do, what will you do?
We'll fly you in.
Yeah, I'll fly you in. I mean, you know, not on a private jet. Disclaimer, 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 but I'll find some money to get you a flight. But you're not going to win. And not only aren't you going to win, you're going to make it a pain in the ass anyway. Then you're going to go, well, you're flying me in, but who's going to put me up? And who's going to, you know?
What day?
What day? And I have to order an oxygen tent.
I have to have 2 tickets.
Not a tent, you moron.
How do I know?
He wants the tent to play.
Yeah. We need a tent for the lightning.
All I need is an oxygen generator, not an oxygen
That's like my problem. Oxygen generator. What are you breathing right now? Oxygen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What are you worried about? And you know what? You got so much free time. Drive to New York. Imagine if he did get picked.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Imagine
A road trip.
Imagine he got picked by Kelly Ripa to be her co-host.
And then he couldn't get it.
Yeah, and then he'd just be like, well, I can't get there. It's like, what else do you have to do but get there?
walk. Have that guy wheel you. It's just crazy, his thought process. What is this? Eric the actor explains Madonna and Lady Gaga.
Oh, yes, they're feuding. He knows what's at the bottom of this?
Yeah, let's hear that. What?
I just wanted because it's only a minute and then a minute and 11 seconds, but it feels like an hour listening to it.
Yeah, can you imagine? Like, just hearing his Kelly Ripa thing, it's only like 15 seconds and it felt like an hour.
Yes.
All right, let's see if we can sit through this. This is Eric explaining the Madonna-Lady Gaga feud.
Did you see Lady Gaga got hit in New Zealand by one of her dancers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. And I also seen that she's...
Where does he see that, by the way?
On the internet.
On the internet. Are you on the internet all day surfing?
No, I watch 2 shows that are big fans of yours. Extra and Access Hollywood.
Okay.
And a little bit of a war of words with Madonna.
Oh, what are they saying, Eric?
Well, it's because of the fact that Madonna used, because, was it this song?
Oh, boy.
One of Madonna's songs, people thought the song,
oh, my God.
Born This Way sounded a little bit like it. So what Madonna did...
Express yourself.
Yeah, express yourself. What Madonna did was she turned the tables...
You can't express yourself? No.
That's how me.
During one of her concerts and started performing Express Yourself and added Born This Way in with it. So now I guess Lady Gaga took offense to that, and there's a whole war of words between the two of them.
Beautiful show, Eric. I mean, wow.
You look wiped out, Howard.
Oh, Robin, I'm in the back of my chair snoozing. I'm wiped out.
Oh, my goodness.
The Cliff and White is, I edited it together a whole bunch of times. Well, not a whole bunch, but a few times where Eric was annoyed with the question.
What does he do? He goes berserk?
He doesn't go berserk, but he's like, you.
At Elwood Lugnut, Eric, have you ever considered doing your old circus act on AGT?
I don't have any old circus acts, you stupid ass.
At Real Disaster Us, Eric, people accuse you of grunting when you're clearing your throat. Can you demonstrate the difference and put this issue to bed?
I don't want to demonstrate the difference.
At Elwood Lugnut.
That seems like a pretty fun thing to hear Eric do. What is it? You're claiming you're clearing your throat, and they're saying
Not grunting.
They say you grunt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, JD, come on.
Oh, Christ.
It's great, right?
Not really, but...
Where else but this show would, like, Eric the actor be a...
There's
be a
no
big
other
deal?
show.
All right.
Definitely not Live with Kelly.
What, you don't think he'll get selected?
He's the last person they would want to see on morning television.
Yeah, why don't your geeky ass in a video?
Yeah. Because I'm smart enough to know they wouldn't pick me, dummy.
At what point in this show does Eric talk about AGT? I mean, does he ever get to it?
He does. Because it's the most boring part. He just says he likes this, he liked the squirrel, and that's about it.
You like the squirrel? The squirrel just went round and round and round. It's not who's going to pay $1 million to see that? By the way, too, a lot of what they cut out too. That squirrel was nodding and salivating, it was like animal torture to me. I couldn't take it. I was like,
I didn't think it was a great act, but it was funny to watch.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a one-shot deal. It was fun, but I wasn't putting it through.
And I told the news, the same thing with his Idol show back then. It's more a Q&A with Eric with a little bit of recap of AGT and American Idol.
Yeah,
But Eric doesn't direct the conversation.
Well,
he comes on and goes, and then he takes questions.
He sounds exhausted.
ETA. Do you stick your head out the window when you ride a car?
No.
At Miles Porkus, what is your favorite game at Chuck E. Cheese?
How many times do I have to tell you I don't go to Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Idiots. I think they know that. I think they're just trying to get under your skin. You've never been to a Chuck E. Cheese? I could see you going there.
Not since the 90s.
What was your favorite game?
What was your favorite game?
I get back then skee ball.
All right.
Well, that's an answer. Skee ball.
There was
See, Eric, that's how you answer a question.
He played skee ball.
No, I was the skee ball.
in the 90s when my brother was a kid.
All right, okay. I had enough of Eric's show. All right, Eric, very good.
I love Eric's show.
Right. Yeah.
We're talking about...
You love it. That's your show.
Yeah, I love the playback. We wrap up Eric's show.
Yeah, we do a wrap-up of the Eric show.
Well, I really would like to know what he thought of AGT.
He liked the squirrel.
That's it?
Yeah, but you know it's not $1 million act, right, Eric?
Right. And given the fact that he only aired one show last week, there wasn't all that much to talk about.
I know. I was disappointed. I love the show. I mean, if I wasn't even on the show, I'd want to see it.
But does Eric really take notes and have things to say about AGT?
No, I don't take notes because I kind of think that would distract me from enjoying what I'm watching.
So, in other words, you have no idea what to say about the show after it's over?
Well, I try to remember as much as I can.
All right. Okay, thank you, Eric. And listen, we look forward to your show Wednesday on the JFSC, whatever
I'm
that
looking for a better wrap-up this week. I want to hear some AGT information.
Well, he's got 2 shows to view on Monday and Tuesday. So.
And he'll have forgotten both by Wednesday.
No, he says he has a good retention. All right, Eric, thank you very much.
Howard.
Yes.
One question, if you could ask Mark Wahlberg if they were going to do a Entourage movie.
Okay, I'll ask him. Gary, write down a note that Eric wants to know from Mark Wahlberg if there'll be an Entourage movie.
Okay.
All right. All right, Eric, it'll be done.
Is he making his video?
Are you gonna make a video for the Kelly Ripa show?
I'll try to make it by tomorrow, so that way it could be you guys on Wednesday, because you said you wanted to review it first.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Yeah.
What would you say what would you say the odds are that he gets on the show?
0.
Like 1,000,000 to 1, 10,000,000 to 1?
There's no odds. It's 0. 0 to 0. 0 chance. I don't even need a chance to look at it.
0 point. Even with the fact that she's a fan of yours, you don't think she'd...
No. There's no way in hell she's putting you on that show. A, you have trouble speaking. I know you don't think so, but you do. Your thoughts are slow, and your speech is slow. Secondly, when do you ever see handicapped people on TV? Barely ever. Everyone's looking for perfect. Look at her. I mean, everyone's looking for perfect people.
Well, I think she'd be the perfect contrast.
Yeah, but she'll look unbelievably beautiful. I mean, she looks beautiful already, but she'll look even more beautiful.
Oh, can I just say one thing to Eric, too? Eric, the handful of times that you do see handicapped people on television, they overcompensate for the handicap with this amazing personality.
Right. They have like an upbeat personality. Like they're awesome. Like insane. You sit there and you go, oh my God. I'm so inspired.
Your point is?
I mean, the closest thing I can think of to a host who was handicapped was Bill Cullen, who was on The Price is Right years ago.
And he never moved, so you couldn't see it.
Yeah, you couldn't tell. But she's got a talk show where there's no way, and you're not real good at talking. I mean, the only, maybe you could get an after-school special, but I don't know about this. I think you're out of your league on this.
The only time Eric's a good talker is when he's angry.
Right.
And you can't do a morning show like that.
And Kelly's not going to do angry talk with him. She's going to be like, listen, you little fidget, and then get him all worked up.
Eric, what's your favorite? game at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to ask him about his favorite game at Chuck E. Cheese. She's not going to want to offend him.
Right.
But whenever I see handicapped people on TV, they're very, very upbeat. Like, we had guys in here with no legs and no hands. And
yeah, remember that tennis player that we had in? He was amazing.
He had no feet or something. And, he's just like, I don't care. I can overcome anything. Eric gets on. People hate the handicap. I've never seen so many people write me hating the handicap after Eric's on the radio.
Eric, oh, dear.
And I'm like, poor Eric's handicapped. They go, don't feel bad for him. I mean, people hate Eric. So I don't see how in hell there's a 0 chance that you would get on the Kelly Ripa show. 0. But I can't wait for the tape. And I think you should make the tape as like a co-host, like try to make it as much like the Kelly Ripa show as possible.
Right. I talked to one of your, I guess you could say, frequent guests a lot on the phone. And I don't have any problem talking to her at a normal rate of speed and other stuff. Every time I've talked to her on the phone, I've never talked to her slowly or anything like that.
All right, well, prove me wrong. I'm telling you have 0 chance.
He has no clue.
Yeah.
I think if you think that's your best shot at doing it, get her to do the tape with you.
Right. Do it with your friend. All right, well, send me the tape. I'll critique it.
Yeah, how's that possible? Tabitha lives in Vegas.
Oh, all right.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got to go anyway, okay?
I wonder why he wanted you to see his whistling.
Because he's going to be funny, and I talk about it on the air and stuff. Hey, Robin,
what is it about his whistling?
Because he makes weird faces when he whistles. And people were making fun of Eric, and Eric doesn't want to be made fun of. All right, enough of the Eric world. Eric, I got to go. Keep me posted on the Kelly Ripa thing, and let me know about the new AGT wrap-up show. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, later. All right. I mean, how many minutes can I spend with him?
I would like to hear him whistle now. I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, but you got to see him whistle. That's the whole appeal. That's why he doesn't want to do it anymore. After he whistled, everybody was tweeting pictures of him whistling.
Oh, my goodness.
And, it wasn't his best look. What good is being famous if you can't whip that out? So I'm like, anyway, so he figured out, because he's a genius, he goes, this wasn't a tremor, this wasn't a stroke. It turns out her heartbeat is irregular now. She has some sort of heart condition, and she's fainting.
She's sort of passing out.
She's passing out. She's fainting. And he says it's a miracle she didn't break all the bones in her body rolling down those steps.
Wow. Because she's arthritic, too, now.
Yeah. And I love this dog, and Beth loves this dog. And the dog can't die. I said to the dog, I sat at the dog down. I said, you can't die on me now. I don't have the time for it. I got AGT going on. I got the live shows. And she stares at me like she knows,
All right, I try to hold out until the end of the season.
Yeah, you got to just pull your shit together. I'm not canceling AGT because you died. You're a dog. You'll make me the laughing stock of the world. And I've made this vow that I every morning I wake up and the first thing I do is I sit with her for 10 minutes and I give her a lot of love. I hug her, I kiss her, I tell her that she's a good girl, the whole thing, because I go, how much longer am I going to have with my dog? Meanwhile, she could end up being here for another 5 years. Who knows? But you don't know. And it's horrible.
You know what? And the relationship you have with your animal becomes closer as they get this way.
Oh! Don't even
so it makes it even harder.
I had to go into therapy and become a human being. Just in time to watch my dog die. In the old days, I'd be like, oh, good. Now I have free time. Now I'm like all attached. And then our cat Apple, the one that we took in, now she's sick.
First one.
Beth calls me last night, goes, oh, the cat's sick. I go, what do you mean? She goes, really sick. I go, what's wrong? She's throwing up all over the place. She can't hold her urine. And this cat's completely clean.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? This is what I'm talking about. Well, don't forget, she has a lot of issues. She's on a lot of medication.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, that's the cat we adopted that nobody wanted. It had no fur.
Right.
She has to take medication to keep from eating herself alive.
Oh.
But she's great now. She has a great life. She's got a great groove. We love the cat. Now she's all fucked
But doesn't that medication do something?
Yeah, there's ramifications of the medication. So, but we knew that. We'd rather she have 2 good years than a life of misery.
Right.
Oh, with these animals.
How many do you have now?
I got 3 rescue cats and Bianca.
Well, you said everybody's sick. What else is going on?
No, the other 2 are healthy, but...
Walter and Leon are...
Well, Leon, we just pulled together. He's, we adopted him, and he was a mess, and then now he's fine. He's the one who sits in bed while I try to fast. And he's huge. He's like a person. He takes up the whole bed. It's like there's another dude in the bed with me. So finally I go to Beth. I go, please, you're the one. She goes, well, why don't you take the cat out? She knows I can't because I don't want to pick the cat up. She goes, all right, I'll take the cat out. She takes the cat out. I start banging. I'm 30 seconds in, which is maybe I've got a minute left. Because when I bang Beth, I can't even look. I mean, I tell you, I blow a load immediately, even still to this day. Poor woman. And the cat starts banging his head into the door to get in.
Oh, my goodness.
Just for the lousy 2 or 3 minutes, I go, can you shut up? It's like a crazy house.
You crack me up, Howard.
Well, good.
That's what we're
Glad
here
my misery cracks you up.
That's what we're here for.
All right. Hey, Eric, are you still there?
Yeah.
Eric just listens.
I got to go, guys, because Octomom's here. She wants to go on the Sibian, which is going to be very freaky.
She's not going to feel anything. Do you really think she has?
She's had so many kids through that vagina. I don't see how she's going to feel.
She can't even feel anything down there.
That's right.
Hey, Howard.
I'm thinking like Eric has so many medical issues. His parents must feel the same way. They
don't want to get too attached.
Yeah, they probably don't want to get too attached, right, Eric? Because weren't you supposed to die when you were like 9?
No, I was supposed to make it into my teens.
So his parents probably are like, I don't want to get too attached to this one. He's going anyway. Meanwhile, Eric hangs on. Good for you, Eric.
Shut up.
No, I'm saying. Who wants to get that attached? I'm attached to you at this point.
Yeah, see, now we're all bound up in this.
Now, I was calling to help you with a couple of things about your AGT.
What?
Eric's a bit of an AGT expert, so he can...
He has some, tips for you?
Tips. Go ahead.
Well, you were trying to figure out how the 48 performers, how that's going to work.
No, I know how it works.
Okay, well, yesterday you...
No, I explained that they break them down into groups and categories.
Yeah, groups of 12.
Right.
But it's not all the same. They don't take them for the kind of act, do
No,
they?
sometimes they do.
They do 12 each week for 4 weeks.
I see.
Hey, I got to get on that live part of the show, Robin. I'm ready.
Yeah, you're ready to get rid of these
There's a couple of people need to be. I'll point out to you.
People need to be eliminated.
When you watch next week, you'll see Vegas for 3 nights: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then when we get to the live shows, I'll tell you how to vote. I'll make it very clear in case you're confused. I can tell you exactly who to get rid of out of the 48 finalists. So,
do you already know who you think should be the winner?
Yeah, I already know who will win in my head.
All right.
And I'll say it when I get on these live shows. I will say whatever's on my mind, and I'm going to tell the contestants this guy's going to win. And you better step up to the plate.
Well, you're willing to have something else happen, right?
Absolutely. I want
the winner
something
to fade and another front runner to come along?
I'm not necessarily thrilled with the guy I think who's going to win.
Really?
Or girl, I should say.
Now, one other thing.
I'm so far ahead of the game, Robin, I already know next season's winner. I'm already into next season.
One other thing about the show before you let me go is the fact that on the 27th of July, with the Olympics coming up, be ready for NBC to really be shifting the show around.
No, we're not on for 2 weeks during the Olympics.
Oh, you're not? Okay, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about a shift.
Yeah, that's a real shift.
I was trying to figure out how they were going to work that.
Nah, with the Olympics, they're not even. We're having 2 weeks off, which is good because that's, I think, August or the end of July, and
July 27th.
Yeah, doesn't affect my time off then.
Hey, Howard, would you put Eric on AGT?
As what? He was in the audience. He was there in San Francisco with me.
Really?
It was nice having him there, actually.
Uh-huh.
I would look over at him, take care of him, checked on him.
You know, there was a duet we played this morning, Mockingbird by Crackhead Bob and Elephant Boy.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was a duet that should have been on America's Got Talent.
Yeah, I missed that. Those two idiots should have shown up and done a song. Hey, play that a little for me, Fred. I missed it.
I gotta find it again because I deleted it.
It's probably like, da, me, da, me.
Well, you know, Crackhead Bob has the Mockingbird line, and he can't say anything but Mockingbird.
Here we go.
Mock, then, yeah, then, Mockingbird is everybody have you heard. Mockingbird. And if the Mockingbird does sing, Mockingbird is.
I would have put them right through.
And if the diamond ring will shine,
That's good. Hey, you know, some of the people who watch America's Got Talent are so dumb. Like, I went on some of their message boards and stuff, and like, you know, there are people who, you know, really love me, and then there are those that don't, and then like it's like, some guy wrote, "Oh, Howard Stern's an idiot. He buzzed that little tap dancing girl, and then he put through that girl in the pink dress."
Oh.
And I'm like, I buzzed that girl. I put through the girl in the pink dress because I was making a joke.
Yeah.
I knew that Howie and Sharon weren't putting her through. Some people are that dumb.
You know who I liked? I like that small guy, that singer.
Little Barry? Little Barry, yeah. He
was cool.
Yeah, well, I put him through because I was on stage with him. That was another time I was just, you know, making a joke. Horrible. I asked him.
He reminded me of Paul Williams.
Yeah, except Paul Williams had some talent.
Has talent.
Yeah. Paul Williams wrote hit songs.
Paul Williams without talent.
Well, Barry's a mess. I know, we got to get to Octomom.
But DePace and I were talking about something that was on the show that was sort of like uncomfortable and risque, and it wasn't you.
What was it?
It was the guy that makes mouth love.
Yeah, big deal.
But it was weird. Like, even DePace said he's sitting with his kid. It was just it was weird. Like, my son goes, what are they doing?
Well, first of all, I said, what kind of act is that?
It's not an act.
Well, someone was explaining to me, I think when they do it for real, like their skin, like, but like with AGT, you're not even allowed to take off your clothes.
I thought it was sort of risque for AGT.
Yeah. Well, the guy was putting his tongue out in the air.
Yeah, it was sort of gross.
Yeah, and I guess I made some sort of comment like that was, you know, I'm the guy who gets offended, and, you know, I'm the guy who offends everyone, you know, I'm offended. And someone said, "Oh my God, Howard Stern was offended. What was he offended by?" I'm like, I'm making a joke. Not really that offended.
Well, your every move is now under the microscope.
Right. Oh, it's crazy. All right, Eric and Speech Impediment Man, I got to go, okay?
Hey, Howard?
Yeah.
Melrose Green and Pat's knocking there.
What's going on with Melrose, Larry Green? He's on the phone. He says he hates you.
What's going on with him?
And,
Wait, I'll get him on. Hey, Eric, I got to go. I got to get Melrose on.
Okay.
All right, later.
Oh, fuck him.
Looking for a certain level of enthusiasm from me.
Well, you are the show. I mean, you're the time generator of the whole thing.
I'm the spark.
Yeah.
I really do think I am.
I think you are.
Thank you, Rob. I don't think Howie and Sharon think I am.
No, I think they know you are.
They love it.
They're like, glad you came.
Maybe. I don't know. How about AGH? America's Got Howard, and we just do our thing. By the way, speaking of AGT, Eric the actor did another.
Oh, no.
He did another wrap-up
show.
Yeah, and because of you, Robin, he devoted some time to America's Got Talent to actually talking about it.
Well, that's what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah. He devoted, I think, a minute to it, but because the rest of the time he's just busy with questions.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'll play it for you tomorrow because we should get to the news.
Yeah, because if he's just answering questions about himself, it's a Eric the actor wrap-up show.
Yeah, well, okay, here's one little teaser for tomorrow. Here's Eric from his AGT recap show.
So let's see,
And he got rid of his female co-host, I think. She wasn't there.
Really?
Yeah.
So let's see, what's first to talk about with AGT? Monday night, they aired their last city auditions, which of course was just pretty much compilation of the different cities all put together in one.
Oh.
Wow. That was a highlight?
Well, it's 20 seconds of the highlight, but didn't it feel like an hour went by?
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
They showed some acts that they hadn't home yet before.
They hadn't shown yet.
I think Eric is insufferable. You know, Bill Maher had Kirk Douglas on.
I saw a little bit of that.
And, you know, I feel like two different ways about it.
What are you saying?
Yeah, I loved it and I hated it all at the same time.
I mean, I love Kirk Douglas in that he's an old guy who had a stroke, and rather than hide away, he's trying to, you know, live a normal life. And like Jim Brewer said, you know, we take old people and discard them. So I get all that. Like, it's important. But
he writes these books and then he comes out to promote them.
And Bill Maher, I guess, somehow fell for it because it's really difficult to listen to him on TV.
It was almost like Bill was the only one who understood.
And I don't even think Bill knew what he was talking
about. And he was trying to repeat what he was saying to the audience.
Bill asked Kirk Douglas at one point why he wrote the book. I have no idea what the answer was.
I wrote this book because now we have a divisive situation all over Europe and all over America, for example.
I mean, it's sad.
Yeah.
And Bill's sitting there being polite, which he's got to be.
Right, he can't interrupt.
But you know TV's just turned the f off when this is going on.
Well, actually, it made me want.
It did? All right, so it worked.
Yeah.
You watched?
Yeah, when I said, oh my God, he's talking to Kirk Douglas. I stayed for every word.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to hide away if this happens to me.
Well, like I said, most people disappear. Like, you haven't seen Gene Hackman, you haven't seen Sean Connery. You know, they want to be remembered as they were.
Right. Not Kirk Douglas. Why'd you write the book, Howard? What? If you see me doing that, let's say I have a stroke, you know, who knows? You know, it could happen. And you see I write a book, and I tell you, Robin, I'm
going on tour.
Why'd you write the book, Howard?
Say Republicans, the Democrats.
I want you to give me the big X.
I'll get a wheelbarrow and get you right out of it.
Just take me right out.
And where are the Americans?
You watched the whole interview?
I did. I came in sort of in the middle, so I didn't see the first part, but I was just I said, I got to see how much he can answer.
I love that the audience clapped, too.
And then he was making jokes, and then he'd look at the audience, and they were giving him, you know, like the courtesy laughs.
Right.
And they didn't know what he was joking about.
Sometimes I think J.D. had a stroke.
Because when I look backwards...
Bill Maher asked Kirk Douglas about the blacklist. Remember, he was blacklisted.
Right, yeah.
Actors were being blacklisted and writers were being blacklisted
during the
communist witch hunt.
Right.
The McCarthy era.
Because when I look backwards, I saw when I did Spartacus, and you couldn't use a name that would not accepted by the. It was.
Whoa.
Who's worse, Eric the actor or Kirk Douglas?
I don't know. I'm thinking about that. That's a tough.
They had some good ones, including Florence Griffin Joyner's daughter. She did a really good job.
Oh boy.
It's a battle of the bands.
Yeah.
You couldn't. Dalton Trumbo couldn't work before you.
No. And House Thomas was the chairman of the committee, and he sent in all the blacklisted writers.
I miss Dick Clark.
Well, this is what I'm thinking, that Kirk is back because Dick Clark had stolen his thunder for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
You couldn't tell people in the 40s and 50s when you were a movie star that you were a Jew. It was like being gay then.
Do I have a choice?
What did he say?
He actually said, I got this time. When I first heard it, I didn't know what he said. He said, do I have a choice?
A source?
Being gay or being Jewish?
Oh, a choice.
Yeah, Bill doesn't even know what
Yeah,
he's
Bill is interpreting.
Ay.
And then at the end of the interview, did you see that Bill said, we'll have lunch again, right? So he goes out and enjoys this kind of conversation when he doesn't have to work.
What do you want? What do you want for breakfast, Kirk? Salami? Touch my dick. Touch my dick. Holy mackerel. But on the one hand, I do feel good that he's out there. You know, he's like, heck you, if I have the stroke.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it's one thing, you know, to be, you know, still involved with your family, your friends, whoever. It's another thing to go on broadcast television.
And we're back with the Jack and Rod radio show, and let's hear it for Jeff and Shirley Lawrence. They wrote a book called Hollywood Be Thy Name, is that correct?
That's it. Okay, the premise of the book is to let people know what actually goes on in Hollywood. If you want to be an actor, these are things you should know and what we wish we did know when we went there.
This is Rod Stiffington. I just want to tell you, we have a special celebrity guest in the studio today.
Okay, that sounds great.
Go ahead, celebrity guest.
Doug Doggett. Thank you.
You recognize the voice?
Doug Doggett.
No, I'm afraid we're stuck there.
It's Kirk Douglas.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought that.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, I thought that, but I thought, no, you're not going to have that star on your show.
I'm delighted. Kurt Douglas, I met you when we were filming a movie. Oh, this was years ago. Your makeup man. Yes, I worked with you on Spartacus, and there was one other.
I remember you.
Well, I don't know if you did or not.
Dude, it's beautiful.
Well, we've always admired you.
Oh, absolutely.
I see in the biography a lot.
Douglas, I love your book.
Well, thank you.
My son. Do you like my son?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Although I've never worked with Michael.
Crackhead
He's
Bob.
a marvelous actor. He certainly married a beautiful woman. I certainly hope that the Douglas family keeps on going through the movies in times to come because you're the very best. Yes, you and your son.
Okay.
We saw you recently on something, and you're still just absolutely marvelous.
Okay, but I want
your son.
Martinez.
Martinez.
Yes.
We admire you greatly.
Beautiful.
You know what? He's one of the greatest actors of all time.
Thank you. I like your tits.
You like what?
I like the Tootsie.
That you like the poetry.
Oh, yeah.
That shows your feminine side, Kirk. See?
You're Tootsie.
He likes the poetry.
Yeah.
It has a lot to do with the business.
It's painful to listen even to this.
I know.
Oh, man. Well, anyway. You understand. I can't believe you watched that whole interview.
Well, I told you I missed the first part. I'm glad you played a little bit of it for me so that I could know what happened before I tuned in.
Anyway, so Eric the actor and Kirk Douglas have a lot in common.
Yeah, I didn't even care why Kirk was there. I didn't even know he had written a book.
Right. You didn't get that out of it.
He will make it past the Vegas rounds unless there was some major screw-ups on her part. And there was, let's see, what else was there? I wasn't completely clear because
Wow.
He wasn't clear, so...
Do you think anyone is listening to that whole show of his?
No.
Kind of a bad question, I guess, with Bianca and all.
Yes.
I just want to say, sorry for your loss with Bianca.
That's nice.
And to kind of show my appreciation towards you on August the 1st, I will make a donation to North Shore.
Why August 1st?
That's when he gets his check.
Is that right?
Yeah, I know everything about Eric. Hey, Eric, and I'm not doing this to be funny, but I have extra dog beds. Would you want to sleep in one?
Probably fit you, right?
Would probably fit Eric perfectly.
No, thank you.
All right. Well, just listen.
They're a nice bed.
I know. Well, he's not
He's
interested.
not giving you any crap.
I'm not getting. Believe me, these are better than any bed Eric has in his house. Would you like a drinking bowl? Actually, I'm not giving that to Eric. Thank you, Eric. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. That is really sweet of you. Thank you.
Yeah, I've been through that whole thing too, because my family, you know, in 2004 lost our German Shepherd, and my parents still to this day still have the ashes at their house in their walk-in closet on a shelf.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you get attached. All right, listen, Eric, and I know you wrote the book Dougie the Puggy,
Right.
which
Right.
which I
It's
think
an animal book.
I think would have been a bestseller, but of course, Eric never got it going.
Well, still trying to get that published. Johnny's kind of lagging.
Yeah.
He's
If Johnny knew what he was doing, he should have already had that into a movie already. That movie, Dougie the Puggy. All right.
Well,
thank you.
Trying to get him to do things is hard because right now he's spending a whole lot of time on set with Scott Baio and Jason Hervey on a project that they're doing.
They're on a set? I'm shocked.
I would think Eric would be on a set before those two. All right. Thank you, Eric. And fascinating. And by the way, why did you... Oh, I know why. I know the answer to this. I was going to ask him why he quit his America's Got Talent wrap-up show.
Oh, he did? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he stopped doing it because there was a lot of negativity. A lot of people were very... yes.
There was that, but I talked about it with Johnny. The show's not completely canceled, even though there was also bad production on his part. The other reason, so the show is coming back.
Oh, it is. Oh, good.
At some point. It's
By
just
what demand?
On hiatus.
It's on hiatus. Yeah. All right. Well, good. We're looking for...
I was wondering if he was thinking of maybe offering his services to Jason's wrap-up show with High Pitch Mike.
Nah, that's all right.
Well, I have been on air with them the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, Eric had a show, America's Got Talent wrap-up show. It was brilliant. I mean, if you'd ever listened to it, they got to bring it back.
Did you say brilliant or brutal?
Brilliant. Listen to it.
Just want to say thanks for hanging in there. You know, had a little bit of a delay, some technical issues with the computers. So I'm here now.
It was brilliant.
Riveting.
I mean, I don't know how people turned it off.
Now, what I have here is the name of 4 people, or names, I should say, of 4 people that...
I don't know what it is about people who say they can't listen to this. There's something wrong with them.
Oh, now, hopefully, you know, the people that perform next week are as good as the ones that perform this week.
By the way, Eric, you'll be happy to know I looked over the talent that's coming up this week. I think this is going to be the best America's Got Talent week in terms of pure talent. Yeah, it's like that guy Horse who gets kicked in the nuts. It's the guy who does the Earth Harp. It's the Human Cannonball.
Ooh.
It's the...
I don't get why you guys pass him into the...
If you stood outside and watched this guy...
The Human Cannonball? Is that who you object to, Eric?
What more is the guy going to do? What's he going to shoot himself into the
I told the guy... Yeah, exactly. I told the guy he should, like, shoot himself over, like, Niagara Falls or something.
Oh, God.
You know, like, really kill himself. So he's got to be... Listen, he's going to go through and do something dangerous. Or maybe the Human Cannonball and the Kick in the Nuts guy can combine. I was thinking, like, I wonder if that's ever happened in the history of the show where they...
You shoot the Human Cannonball into Horse's nuts?
It was nuts, and it's like his helmet just goes, like, at 50 miles an hour, just goes streaming right into this guy's nuts.
Wow.
But there's a whole... Sorry?
To me, the Cannonball guy is like that annoying diving guy from last season.
Yeah, well, but the diving guy never stepped it up except got higher and higher. I'm saying I think the Cannonball guy could be a force to be reckoned with if he just jumps over something cool like alligators or something. The more dangerous it gets, you know what I mean? But anyway, and then there's a bunch of other people. Wait, I wish I could remember the 12 who are going this week.
I know it's the little boy who sings mariachi.
Yeah, I saw him backstage. I passed him. Sometimes you pass them in the hall and you're not allowed to really have conversation with them. Maybe that's part of the rules I turned. Because one day I was like, hey, man, how you doing? And someone pulls me aside. You can't be talking to them. I said, real? I go, oh, shh. Yeah, that's not fair. I go, okay, all right, fine. No one told me, so I won't talk.
Well, I guess what it is they don't want you to get a friendship with them where it make it look like you're going to pull for them and
Right.
make it a little unfair to the others.
Well, all I know is I was going over the talent, and this was the first week I went, there's like 7, like, remember that girl who's sort of like an Olympic, but she dances? And
Oh, yeah, that girl, too.
yeah, that girl's really good. And I was like looking at the list and went, this is one week where it actually might be difficult to eliminate people.
And then there's going to be that guy who sings The Love Boat, right?
Well, that ain't going to be difficult for me. That's a good. I think I'm going to go off on. I think there's going to be another eruption this week on Howie and Sharon, quite frankly, because they're way into that Love Boat guy, and I got a lot to say about that. And then sometimes they say to me like, "Hey, come on, we're running behind in time. You only have a minute," but I'm going to need a good 5 to 6 minutes on that guy.
Oh, jeez.
Because I've argued with them since before Vegas, about that guy.
Yeah, that guy should not have made it past the audition.
I have a racial theory on that too. I think if he was a white guy, they never would have put him through.
You think Howie and Sharon?
White guilt.
White guilt?
The guy sings the theme from Love Boat poorly. Like, it's not even that good. It's got to be that.
But
what could
there are
it
other
be?
black people in the competition who have talent.
That's true. Maybe it's not a racial thing. Well, I grew up black almost, so I don't have any of that. I don't mind telling a black guy he has no talent. I don't have that
But they've told plenty of black people to go away.
Have you made...
They were like, hey, it's a nice... Like, how many black people sing the theme from The Love Boat? I think it was one of
Oh,
those
he's
things.
a nice black man.
Yeah, like, they looked at a black guy and they go, there's no way. He's singing the theme from The Love Boat. You know what I mean? I think it's feel good,
Right.
Like, black guys now are like, hey, I'm not taking from white people. He looks like a guy who takes from white people. So that's
He's
why...
not singing the theme to the Cosbys. He's singing the theme to the Love Boat.
Yeah, he's good. So I'm telling you, there's some racial component. I don't know why, because I'm trying to figure out what is their attraction to this guy.
Well, again, Howie has that little quirky thing. He likes the theme songs
He goes,
that the
well,
guy sings.
Yeah, well, Howie's like, well, you know what? I would go see him before some other singer. I go, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
He might, though.
I go, Howie, I tell you what, why don't you take your own money and back this guy's career? Why don't you put out an album with it and put money out? He won't do it. I said, why don't you put together a show for him and put up your own money?
If he's that good.
If he's that good. That's the barometer I use as a judge.
Make him and Big Barry Howie's opening to his stand-up shows.
Well, he's actually going to bring Barry to some of his stand-up shows, but that doesn't cost Howie anything. It helps him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the guy will come on for 5 minutes and do some stupid thing, and that'll be the end of it.
By the way, you know what I was thinking the other day? Remember that little kid that Ellen discovered?
Yeah, give him like a record contract or something.
Whatever happened to him?
He works, I think, at Chick-fil-A. I'm not sure.
That is the worst thing that ever happened to him. To have Ellen pick him and decide she was going to run his career. He's disappeared.
That's right. He was doing well until she got up. No, Ellen, I think Ellen actually just kind of backed him and gave him some money. I mean, it takes time to put the thing together. I think she's like a big fan, but I mean, there's only so much.
Yeah, but he'd be better off on America's Got Talent, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll talk to Ellen about that. I'll get a hold of her for the YouTube show. Maybe I can negotiate. But I don't know how involved she really is. I don't know.
He'll be 20 years old and no longer cute by the time this gets together.
Well, you know what it is. A lot of these kids do a cover version. They can't do their own music. That's why I was thrilled with that band last week because they did their own music. I was like, wow, they can actually write music.
That was awful how Howie and Aaron picked the other group over them.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. I mean, was I high, Robin? I mean, I thought that band was way good.
They were excellent musicians.
Yeah.
I said, as they did, that it's a risk when you're asking America to vote to do something they can't get a handle on. You know, how many times have you heard a song once and fallen in love with it?
I like those guys. I was actually a little bit shocked that they
went home.
I thought Sharon was going to vote for the band, and then when she said the bike team, I'm like, would you really go see the bike team?
That's a mistake.
I mean, I like that.
It is a huge mistake.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a Vegas act.
Yeah, I mean, the band had some potential.
Yeah.
They got a shot. They were good. They were kind of a cross between rock and rap, and I could see them.
Yeah, they were fusing it up there.
They're marketable.
Yeah, I saw them on the red carpet. Afterwards, we had to go on a red carpet and do interviews.
Uh-huh.
So I just looked at them and I went, Jesus. Just like that. And they went, yeah, we feel your love or something like that. I don't know what it was. They were kind of bummed.
Yeah,
and you can't blame them. Yeah, they were like, what the f?
Hey, they got to keep fighting the good fight.
We got beaten out by a bunch of guys who ride a bicycle.
Yeah, see, I'm still not understanding this whole bike riding thing.
Well, I mean, I understand that they're athletes, but they had like chicks dancing in hot pants, guys riding bicycles, and I'm sitting there going,
but my point is, am I going to pay $1 million for that act?
No. Well, you don't have to pay the $1 million. You would have to pay like $100 to go see them. You don't have to pay $1 million.
Well, I'm not even going to pay $100 to go see somebody ride a bike.
I'm pretty good, and I wouldn't go see me for $1 million. Anyway, my pants are too tight. I keep adjusting my balls, but I have nowhere to
Wait
put
a minute. I thought you had lost weight.
I did. I lost another couple of pounds, but I bought these other new pants, and
how big are your balls?
Not very big, but they get squished. Hey, speaking of that, remember the other day I was complaining about my pants being dry cleaned and they were too small and my balls were all squished? I'm trying to wear tighter clothing.
Right.
Sal and Richard took me complaining about my... thanks, Eric, by the way. Thank you. Please, let me go. Let me go, please.
Well,
I'm trying to say goodbye for 10 minutes.
I had an ADT suggestion for you.
Okay.
Have you decided if you're going to do another season?
No, I can't decide. You know what? They're making me crazy. They asked me to do season 2.
My suggestion is if you do it, have your agent ask them to do the 2-hour show Wednesday night, the 1-hour result show Thursday. That way there's no serious show to go in.
You know what? That's not a bad point. All right, thank you.
Huh?
That's a good point. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's not used to hearing me say you had a good point. Thank you, Eric.
Couldn't even figure that out.
No, Eric the actor is on the phone. Yes, Eric.
We haven't talked to him this week.
Yeah, I got a lot to get to, though.
Good morning.
Hey, Eric. What's happening?
Not much. Just going to do a couple of things. One, clear the air, because I don't know if you heard or not, but there are...
I'm so bored already, Eric. No
I don't think we're going to hear it.
You're not doing anything like Gary. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just talking. But
you know what I just thought?
Oh, my God.
Eric the actor playlist.
Yeah, we got to get him on playlist. Do you have favorite songs? Are you a music guy? Do you like music?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we got to do it. Like, could you introduce songs and talk about why you like them?
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Howard, I'm calling today to clear up a few things.
Oh, my God. It's a few things. It's not going to be just one thing.
I need to clear the air.
Oh. He's been calling in every day for like the last, I don't know, couple of days, and I haven't gotten to him, and I felt bad. I saw him up there. I love Eric, but someday, you got to be I'm in a kind of in a shitty mood, just anticipating how long my day is going to be.
Right.
Like, today's going to be the day I decide whether or not I'm returning to America's Got Talent, because if I could survive this, I could survive anything. What is it, Gary?
Do you want to know what Eric wants to talk about? Because
Can you just do it fast?
I can give it to you in 10 seconds, and then Eric, you can go from here. Apparently, because he's been emailing all of us a lot, somebody's been impersonating him on Twitter. Is it Twitter, Eric? Am I correct?
No.
Oh,
what it is...
I wish you knew.
Somebody on Twitter is impersonating 2 radio DJs and saying that I've been calling into their show bad-mouthing Howard, bad-mouthing you, Gary.
Oh, I know about this. Okay, stop. I know about this. Apology accepted. Yeah, Eric. It was reported to me that Eric was calling in other radio shows. And Eric wants to make clear today that it is not him.
No, definitely not.
Right. Okay. All right. See you later.
Well, I also wanted to say, after this weekend's Vegas trip, I'm going to start a drawing that I will send you in
help
honor of Bianca.
Oh, thank you. Very nice. By the way.
He
again,
draws?
Yeah, he draws.
Yeah.
He draws as well as he speaks. Eric was very nice to generously donate. Doesn't have a lot of money.
Donate.
In the name of Bianca, the North Shore Animal League. And I got to tell you something. Our fans are spectacular. My wife wanted to call in today. I told her not to, but she was moved to tears over the outpouring of love. Really, really beautiful.
I received a thank you card last week.
She is sitting.
She
sits
wrote
in my
you a
house.
thank you card.
She wrote to Eric. She wrote to anyone who donated. She wrote a personal note, and it was like, wow, honey, what are you doing? I mean, she spends her entire day. She says, if somebody donates, how could I not thank them?
That's sweet.
She has no idea that in show business you don't give a shit. But she's not that type.
And she wrote really nice notes.
Yeah. She
they weren't just like, hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it was not a form.
I said, you got to love this woman. Well, I love her. She is. She's a saint. She's a saint. I don't deserve her. Believe me. But thank you, Eric, and thank you for doing that. Yeah.
If you go to JD page 1 in the first column, apparently Eric, I think on his own, once did a country music countdown show.
Oh, no.
And we have clips of it.
Oh, you're kidding. So this will probably turn me off to the idea of him.
Oh, no,
well, let's put it this way. If I got 10 songs on my show, the way he talks, he'd probably get 5 in.
Right. And are they all country songs?
Yeah, because he's really into country.
Is that what it's going to be, Eric?
Could you ban country music from your list?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Come on. Don't you have wider
taste
loves than that? Taste than that?
Let's hear some of this.
That was Jules' debut.
Oh my God, where is he? What happened?
He's talking still.
What happened there, Eric?
Well, I guess the next song's started, but a lot of DJs do that. They talk through the intro.
But you can't hear you.
They lower the music so you can hear the talking, then they push it up, Eric.
Yeah. You got to be heard when you're doing the talk up.
Right.
I got to hear that again. That's a good one.
That was Jules' debut.
Eric, come on.
That's the best. This is me you're talking to.
Look at his favorites. Oh, where is he?
Okay, now we have
every oh my God. It's toys and clothes.
To do it by Reba McEntire.
Is everybody okay? This is a new technique. You talk when the vocal starts.
Yeah. Okay, here's a song by Reba McEntire.
The song's going. It's a disaster, Eric. We got to get you in on
Reba's
that.
already singing.
Get Eric on playlist. All right, Eric. Thank you.
No problem.
Later. Eric the actor, everybody. You know, I actually like the name Eric the actor better than Eric the midget.
Yeah.
I actually do.
It means less.
Yeah. It's like, it's insane.
Eric the actor.
Right. All right. Thanks, Eric.
Talk to you later.
Later. Bye for now.
Red Rod.
So yeah, getting back to Richie Wilson's wedding.
Yes.
It's funny to see who wasn't invited.
Who was not invited?
It's 7:05. I should take a break. 5 after the hour. Let me continue that when we get back, okay? Let's go to Javier. Javier, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Howard.
Good morning.
You probably don't remember me. You interviewed me about a couple of years ago. I'm like the guy who knows everything about Eric the actor.
Right.
Anyways, today is the 10-year anniversary of Eric calling into the show, and
is that right? How do you know that?
Because it's dated September 19th, 2002. That's what I do. I mean, I know everything about Eric.
Wow. So you're saying 10 years ago today, Eric the actor made his first phone call.
He called in for the first time. He was angry at you because you were being mean to Kelly Clarkson. You were calling her fat and ugly, and obviously he had to call into her defense.
Eric, did you know it's your 10th anniversary today?
I've been emailing you for a couple days now about that.
I see.
Why aren't we having some big celebration?
Gary, that's a question for Gary, Robin. Why is there not a big celebratory event going on here? Maybe this is it, Robin.
I think that you should celebrate it right now. I don't think there's...
Right.
I mean, should I celebrate Marianne from Brooklyn's first week on the air, Eric?
Yeah, well, has Eric been hounding you about this? That we should have some sort of celebration?
He sent a note, and he just said that he was surprised that you made him wait on the phone for so long because it's his 10th year on the show, and the big line was, doesn't that mean anything to anyone?
No. Eric, haven't you figured out that none of that means anything to us?
We don't celebrate our own anniversary.
Right. I don't even know, like, what year this is that I'm a broadcaster.
I know. When people ask them, it's 30-something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care about anniversaries.
You know, Howard, are you aware that last week was my 28th anniversary on the show?
I actually was not.
It was. And I'm not angry that you let it go by.
Hey, by the way, Eric, you'll be pleased to know that now that I officially know your 10th year anniversary, we have huge plans for your 20th anniversary. We're going to start now, 10 years in advance.
It's going to take us 10 years to plan it.
Yeah. Eric, I mean, seriously, you understand that we don't give a shit, right?
Was kind of hoping that you would.
But Eric, I mean, as Gary just pointed out, we don't celebrate anybody's 10th anniversary of calling into the show. Sometimes Eric can seem really smart to me, and like he seems incredibly with it. And then when he gets upset about dumb shit, I go, "Wow, he's really dumb."
I'm retarded.
No, you're not. Stop saying that.
Don't put yourself down.
I'm retarded.
You're not serious when you make these calls, are you?
I think I'm a bit serious.
Would you like me to fly you with balloons for your anniversary?
No.
What would you envision might happen? Let's see if we can make it come true. It's your 10th anniversary. What would you like us to do?
Well, some kind of acknowledgement would have been nice.
Mm-hmm. So all you want to do is be acknowledged?
Right.
Oh, I see.
Well, that's happened now.
Well, maybe Javier can say a few words about it.
Well, yeah, if I may say something, and even though Eric apparently hates me ever since he heard of me and when you interviewed me, I like to say that on behalf of the fans, I just wanted to say thanks for 10 years of really entertaining calls. I mean, you have to at least acknowledge the fact that he's probably one of the best, if not the best caller ever into the show, just for entertainment value.
When is your anniversary, Javier?
Of what?
Of calling in.
It would be, I guess, November. I called in.
Maybe we should prepare for that, Robin. Javier. Maybe we need a Javier anniversary, okay?
You remember the day you had Billy Joel in?
Yes.
That's my anniversary.
Wow. What a great day. I mean, mark
we
that
brought
down,
Billy
Gary.
in for you.
Eric, do you think we should celebrate Javier's anniversary as well?
No.
Why do you hate me, Eric?
Because, jackass, you don't know all there is to know about me like you think you do.
Eric, I'm only talking about the stuff that you call into the show. Obviously, I don't know anything about your personal life. That's the only thing I'm referring to.
Eric, ask him a question and see if he knows it. You know, something you've done on the air. He's not saying he knows you. He's saying he's a fan. I think Javier's a fan of yours.
Yeah, that's all.
Well, Eric hates his fans.
You know how
I don't, Robin.
You're always throwing them off your whatever you're on, you throw them off.
Yeah, Eric, I don't get you.
That's because they talk shit about me. there's a whole hell of a lot of them that are still currently on my Twitter page that I have not thrown off. Over 25,000 to be exact.
Eric, you blocked me from your Twitter page for like 2 years ago.
Why?
I don't know.
Did he say what you did wrong?
No. Well, you know what? I tried to get in touch with Johnny Fratto, and I think he talked to him. And according to Johnny in an email, he said, Eric thinks that you're a double agent and you're out to get him. I don't even know what that means.
Wow. Did you use the M word, as in midget?
Well, I might have at certain points. But you know what? That's one thing I got to say. I've never been mean-spirited to you. If you ever read anything that I said, Eric, it might have been a goof in the spirit of the Howard Stern show, but I have never, ever been mean-spirited to you. I've defended you when people have been mean-spirited to you. I even bought stuff for him and from his Amazon.
Well, why don't you celebrate his anniversary? I understand you prepared a list, Javier.
Yeah, I have a list of what I think are like the top 5 moments of Eric on the show, at least my favorites.
All right, go ahead.
In no particular order, the flying with balloons bit, probably the best bit in the show that'll never happen. But the whole thing, you know, when you try to goad him into flying with balloons to meet Captain McPhee, it was great.
Thank you.
Number 2, the 0.0 call. You remember that?
Yes.
When Fred played that. Number 3, when he talked to Johnny to put a hit out on that guy Jerry.
Yeah, when Eric put out a hit, that was great.
You know what to do.
You know what to do. You know what to do.
That was good.
Number 4 would be the whole. You remember Kendra, the girl that he thought it was his girlfriend.
Right.
The whole Kendra thing. That was. If you listen from January to March of 2009, that is Eric at his very best. And
what about, was that the Bunny Ranch chick, Kendra?
No.
She was a porn star.
Yeah, see, there's where I know this guy's not an expert. He said 2009. To be exact, moron, it was 2008.
I said 2008, Eric.
Oh, I could have sworn I heard you say 2009.
No, it's 2008. I know.
You know, Javier knows.
Last but not least, my personal favorite was when he announced he was doing a modeling agency.
No, that was great.
The contest was great.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Eric was going to have a modeling agency, and the girl had to live with him for a minimum of 2 years.
Well, he had this whole contest he was running, and the prize was living with him.
Yeah, right. You could either get an apartment near him or live with him.
Yeah, for 7 years.
And then he would manage your modeling career.
That's right. Now, how did that work out, Eric?
Did you ever get anybody to do that, Eric?
Tony and I never did it.
Right.
Listen, Eric, even though you might not change your opinion about myself, there's nothing but love coming from here, and just...
Would you consider unblocking Javier on a probationary basis, Eric, in honor of your anniversary?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't even remember what his username was.
Javier,
so I guess I could get in contact with Johnny again, and I can send him my information, and if he decides, then that would be great. And
he even thought you were an idiot.
Who, Johnny?
Yes.
Johnny was gracious to me. He was great.
How about I play Fly Me with Balloons in honor of Eric's 10th anniversary? Would you like that? Here we go.
Fly me with balloons so I can meet Catherine McVie. I'm a miserable midget who is only 2'3". I'm a grumpy dwarf with a 5-inch cock. Look at me, everybody. I'm the first flying Ewok.
You know what, Javier? I was just thinking, you left out on your top 5 when Eric got that acting job and he was worried about werewolves in New Mexico.
Yeah, that was great.
That was a great moment. Come on.
What about Howard? What about that time when he did that In Plain Sight and he was going to sue the production company because they didn't give him like one bottle of Pepsi?
Right.
Missing bottle of Pepsi.
Or how about when everyone wanted him to go in another show where his head would explode and he wouldn't do it?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, how about all the roles he won't take?
Right. He refuses to play certain parts. But come on, the best was when he was afraid of werewolves in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Speaking of the fact of shows that or roles that I would take, I sent a list of different shows that I would like to appear on.
Yeah, I got the same list. Actually, I don't know if you know this, Eric. I've been working on Whitney Cummings to put you on her show.
Yeah, I talked to you about that a couple of weeks ago on the AGT show.
Actually, Beth was approached to be on the Whitney Cummings show, and I said to Beth, can you write back to Whitney and say you can't do it, but Beth was unavailable, but would she consider Eric the actor?
Oh.
And
yeah, they go up for the same roles all the time.
Well, I mean, in other words, like sometime in the future. And Whitney wasn't opposed to it, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tabitha told me that Chris D'Elia was asking her about me.
I said to Whitney, maybe like Eric could play your abusive boyfriend or something.
Well, her character has the voice of Chris D'Elia.
Yeah, but you're the new boyfriend who's abusive.
Or an old boyfriend who used to abuse her.
Right. Yeah, you come back and like, and that's
you still have that effect on her.
Yeah, like whenever you're around her, she like just freaks out, but secretly she's still in love with you. Oh my God, I'd love to see that.
That would be a great episode.
Would Eric play a zombie in The Walking Dead?
That's a good question.
Wheelchair zombie?
I never watched that show.
It's a good show. Great show.
A lot of people do shows they've never watched when they're actors.
Would you play a wheelchair zombie?
No.
He's no fun at all.
That's where they got this sound for a buzzer. They heard Eric doing it. Sounds like the AGT buzzer.
That is a no.
Well, I'm going to work. What are your shows, real quick, what you want to be on?
I don't think it's like Can you let me speak?
Yes.
Yeah, it's rude to ask a person a question and not let them answer.
All right, let him to answer, please.
The shows range on networks from Fox,
all right,
ABC, CBS.
Go ahead. Let's hear the list already.
You want the whole gamut.
Yeah, you don't have to intro it.
Well, Fox has got the new show, Ben and Kate. I watched the first episode of that already on demand.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Go ahead.
You do that one.
Yeah, he'd do that.
New Girl.
Okay, that's a current series. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just help out a little bit? Because he'll tell some other ones, but I have two that he sent me because he's got plotline ideas for himself.
Let me hear it.
Okay, he wants to be on FX Anger Management. My character could be an actor that has been sent to Charlie for help because I trashed the set when I noticed craft services was out of Pepsi, and Ronnie could play my limo driver with his own anger issues.
All right, and what's the other one?
Also on FX, Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yeah, I watched that. I love it.
The storyline can have them making a delivery of drugs or guns near Carson City, Nevada, and they stop in the Bunny Ranch for a break and have some fun with the girls. I could be in the Bunny Ranch parlor where they hang out talking to some of the girls.
Oh, you just want to be at the Bunny Ranch.
You want to know something? That's a pretty good plot line right there. I'd see that on Sons of Anarchy.
But all Eric is an extra in it.
No. He'd have some lines. He'd be there with the girls, and maybe, he'd be one of the...
What he just said in his plot line, he'd be just sitting in the parlor with the girls.
He'd be sitting there, and then he'd be like one of the Johns, and he kind of starts talking to one of the girls about some stuff, and maybe he interacts with one of the Sons of Anarchy.
Well, now you're fleshing out the role. Eric didn't give himself a character or anything.
And why would Sons of Anarchy...
You know what would be good, though? What if Eric played like a like the Sons of Anarchy are on their bikes and they're riding down the highway and then they run over Eric like a speed bump, like a raccoon.
Or somebody has Eric in a sidecar and it is detaches and goes down the highway.
Yeah.
I'm flying.
I'd hang him from Ron Perlman's handlebars.
His character can't ride anymore.
I know he's having trouble. All right, anyway.
Get back on that bike.
I'll ride on Jax's bike. Hey, Jax, you're hot.
All right. Well, listen, Eric. Congratulations on your 10th anniversary as a caller to the show.
He didn't give us his full list of shows.
Oh, please, Robin. You're killing me here.
I'm always fascinated.
Community and Parenthood are 2 more, but he had no plot lines for that.
Community and Parenthood. All right. There you go, Robin.
All right. Well, Ben and Kate he wants to be on. And New Girl. I don't know what
New
he's
Girl.
supposed to play, yeah.
No, maybe he plays a girl.
Another girl.
Would you ever be in drag for a role?
No, I would not.
Uh-huh. No.
And what I would play on those 2 shows is a guy that the main female character of each show would be going out on a date with.
Would you play a baby on Parenthood? Like a guy, let's say you're a guy or a criminal and you have to break in, like, so you go to a daycare center, you get in a crib, and you're sort of pretending to be a baby so that you can rob the place.
No.
You're hard to write for. See, that to me would be a good show, like on Parenthood, they take the kid to like they're checking out some, I've never seen the show, but I would imagine there's young kids involved, and they go to the daycare center, and there in the daycare center is this baby.
That's real nice that you've never seen a show when 2 of the people involved with it are big fans of your show.
Who's on it?
Dax.
Oh.
Dax Shepard, plus isn't Ron Howard a big fan of your show?
Yeah. Well, I can't watch all the shows. I have so many fans, Eric. I can't watch all of their shows. You know. Hey, look at the way you treat your fans. Poor Javier can't even get on your Twitter. Don't criticize me.
You're both the same.
Well, he doesn't have to like me. I still like him. It's okay, Eric.
But, that'd be a pretty good episode where, so Eric's in the, he's in the, let's say, an orphanage or what, I don't know, like a daycare center. And like, at first they look at him and go, that one looks strange. And they're like, and he just goes, I have aging disease.
I can't believe Eric doesn't want to be on Glee.
Oh, hell no.
Really? No?
Sounds like it's right up your alley.
I think he would love that.
Not at all.
Would you play one of those gay, like, chorus kids?
Don't stop.
No.
You would never play gay. You would never play a gay character.
Nope. The only shows that I would be on that have any gay type thing one would be the New Normal and Modern Family.
I see. Mm-hmm. Would you be like a baby on Modern Family?
No.
Would you play a meth baby on Breaking Bad? Like, no?
Like somebody had a big meth habit and you became the baby.
And then all of a sudden, like the doctor, like they show her giving birth and everything, and then, oh my God, there's complications, and then all of a sudden they cut to like the baby coming out, and it's you. And they're like, look what meth did to the baby, and then they, be like, it would be very, very anti-drug. It would be good. People would stop doing meth if they saw that.
The idea that I came up with for Modern Family was I would play a math teacher for Manny, and my character would get the hots for his mom.
All right. Well, anyway, hey, happy anniversary, Javier. I hope you get added back to Eric's Twitter following.
Let's hope so.
Eric, are you political at all? Have you come out for Romney or Obama?
I'm Democrat, so yes, I would go for Obama, not Romney.
Right.
As Jesse Ventura would say, you're a Democrat.
Right.
I'm a Democrat.
Are little people allowed to vote, Robin?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Only for felons aren't, but little people are.
Yeah, I didn't know if you guys were allowed to vote.
It's an age thing, not a little people.
I just wanted to ask Eric that question, see what he said.
And I was wondering, do you have any...
Don't you think that's against, like little people, how do they vote? Because those things are up high.
I'm sure they get help.
What do you do, Eric, when you vote? Do you do absentee? Yeah.
Absentee ballot.
I was trying to ask, do you have any prize money?
Oh, boy. In honor of your 10th anniversary?
Eric, not Wendy.
Yeah. I don't think we do, actually. Although we do have money for Javier, your fan.
Oh, great. Can I ask you something, Howard?
Yes.
Do you think it would be fun? I think this is one of the things that bothers Eric. Do you think it would be funny at all to pit Eric against myself in an Eric the Actor trivia contest?
Like, in other words, see who can answer more questions?
I mean, wouldn't it be funny if I actually beat him at knowing more about himself than he?
Yeah, we got to have some money for that. What is it, JD?
He's doing a block party this weekend. He doesn't need any money.
Oh, he's getting paid.
What is that?
Yeah, he's getting paid.
Doesn't he get a couple of grand for that?
Oh, I don't know about that, but I mean, I don't know why he's begging for money.
You're getting paid this weekend, aren't you?
Yeah.
Stop being a freeloader like Mitt Romney says and go to work.
Now, maybe Mitt Romney's onto something. No wonder you're for Obama. You get your hand out.
Hey, thanks, JD.
If you call that a hand.
Gary, do we have any, is there a way that, in the commercials we could put together really quick a 5-question contest between Javier and Eric for, some money?
I think I have some money, but what kind of a contest?
Like where we ask Eric the Actor trivia about his various appearances on the show, and then see who can answer more questions. Javier's claiming he can beat Eric at his own trivia game.
I definitely have the money. Let me see if I can work on the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's short notice. I don't know anything about Eric the Actor, so I don't know that I can be much help. I would want to hear that. Would you, Robin?
I'd love it.
All right, Eric, hold on. Javier, hold on. Let me see if I can throw something together. I'm not guaranteeing anything.
Can I quickly make a couple little promotions?
Oh, boy.
Can you wait till after the commercial?
Eric, it's not a good time to promote when you've bored everybody to death.
Yeah, right. No one wants to see you now. Hold on. If it wasn't for Javier, you wouldn't even be interested.
Right.
Hold on.
Well, one of the things...
Oh, my God.
Hold on. I got a break.
We're coming back after the
hold on.
commercial.
What a great 10th anniversary this is. I think I just...
What, did you cut him off?
No, I think he's still on hold. Javier, you're still there, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, let me see if I can get you on hold. Oh, boy. Hold on. I think I might have hung up.
You might have hung up on Javier, too?
I don't know. I don't even know. All right, we'll be back right after these words. Hey, Gary, can you help me with this game for Eric the Actor? Yeah. I know we got bamboozled into this. Give me some prize money, and let's see if who wins. I think we only have 3 questions for the Eric the Actor game. Again, we had to do this at short notice.
Eric, here's another one I know this.
There's not that much information out there about Eric.
All right.
Do you want to do the questions or you want me to do them?
You better do them because I can't read that. All right. Let me get these guys on the phone. There's Eric the Actor. Eric, you there?
Yes.
All right, let me get Javier. Javier, you there?
Yep.
All right, we're playing for $500 cash from Steven Singer Jewelers. Visit IHateStevenSinger.com today. Great guy, Steven Singer. Give you a good deal. All right, here's the game. There's going to be 3 questions. So therefore, someone will win.
You got to have the best 2 out of 3.
Right.
Right. All right, now, nobody blurt out any answers. Here we go. I'll go to Eric the Actor first. Ask him the question. If he gets it wrong, Gary, I assume we'll go to Javier with the same question.
Right. Correct. Don't blurt out answers.
Robin, shh. All right, here we go. Don't blurt out the answer, Robin. Robin's an expert.
I'm reminding myself.
Right. All right, here we go. Eric the Actor first.
In Eric's first phone call to the Stern Show, who did he say were the top 2 chicks he masturbated to?
Eric, go ahead. You have very few seconds to answer. Eric, are you there?
Yes.
Who were the 2 chicks you said you masturbate to?
He's on the internet.
Good up. That's why I'm making him answer right away. Eric, answer now. All right, Eric, we're going to hit the buzzer.
Wait.
Take a guess real quick.
I know one of them off the top of my head was Beverly Mitchell.
All right, Beverly Mitchell. And who else?
Yeah, you need both. Why would you give up the name now that it's going to go over to Javier?
Who knows if he's right. All right. Eric, I got to give you a no. You did not mention the two women. I'm not going to say whether Beverly Mitchell is right or not. Let's go to Javier. Javier, who are the two women?
Well, actually, that's a tough one. So I'm going to say one of them is Beverly Mitchell because he said it. I'm going to say the other one is Pamela Anderson.
All right. Is he right?
The answer is Beverly Mitchell from Seventh Heaven and Britney Spears.
All right. Well, you're both wrong.
Both wrong.
Sorry, guys. There'll be no money for you on base of
Now
that.
we could wind. No, never mind. Go on.
All right, Javier. Yeah, I know.
Don't worry, I might have another one.
All right. Javier, you're going to go first. Gary, ask him the question.
Javier, who were the three celebrities in studio with Eric the Midget when he came in for his only in-studio appearance in 2008?
Javier, who were the three?
All right, it was Diana DeGarmo.
Go ahead.
It was Natalie Maine.
Go ahead.
And the wrestler, fuck, I forgot his name. The wrestling guy that came in with Diana DeGarmo. Oh, man.
You're running out of time.
Hurry. Could be the name of a wrestler.
I can't remember the name of the guy.
All right.
Now we got to move it over to Eric.
All right, let's go over to Eric. Eric, go ahead.
Kurt Angle, Natalie Means, and Diana DeGarmo.
That is correct.
All right.
Javier had it. He just couldn't pull out.
One.
I feel bad for Javier because he really had it.
Yeah.
But
This is the game.
And there you go. So 1 for Eric. And now the final question. If Javier ties up, Eric, you'll go first. You can put it away right here. Go ahead, Gary.
What TV job did Eric turn down because he thought it was too satanic?
Eric?
The animated cartoon on the Cartoon Network.
Is that correct, Gary?
I don't remember the name of the show.
No, he doesn't know the name. That is incorrect. You do not know the name of the show, all right? Javier, you can get back in the game. Gary, give him the question again.
What job on TV did Eric turn down because he thought it was too satanic?
It was a satanic cartoon. I don't think he said the name of the show, but there's not a name of a show, it's a particular network.
What kind of question is that? You want the name of the network, or you want the
name of this network?
The name of the network.
Right,
Now
well,
we got
that's
to
not
ask
fair.
Eric again.
We have to ask Eric again. Did you just
No,
answer the
actually,
question?
Eric gave me the name of the network.
Oh, so he answered the question.
No, he did. He gave an answer,
and it was incorrect.
Wasn't correct.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Gary, this is a horrible game.
He might have been correct. I don't.
Sal was involved. He made.
I have an answer here, and I don't know.
Wait a second. You trusted Sal to make the game?
You gave me 4 minutes.
All right.
Sal and Richard put this game
No
together.
wonder this is going so badly.
Oh my God! They're two retarded people put the game together.
It was very quick.
What?
Wait, we're not out of tie yet.
Sal, you idiot!
Which channel?
That was correct. It was a satanic cartoon on the Cartoon Network.
Is the Cartoon Network correct, Sal? It's not. Sal says it's not correct.
is it a particular show? It's called Adult Swim.
Adult
That's
Swim
the
is
Cartoon
correct.
Network, you moron.
Well, evidently
That's
Adult
the
Swim is
Cartoon
right.
Network.
Gary, I think the game is.
It's the answer is Adult Swim. I don't know what Adult Swim
Yeah,
is
but
on.
that's a question.
Well, no, it's an answer.
Oh, I
It's
knew,
written
you know
wrong.
what? I knew I shouldn't have gotten involved in this game. Even when Eric said he needed money, I should have just hung up.
I agree.
I hate Sal. I hate Eric. And I hate Javier now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And they did nothing wrong.
Adult
Sal, you're such a stink.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Okay, I had
I'd rather you say I can't come up with a game.
No,
than
no,
get it
no,
wrong.
I can.
Okay, go
I had
ahead.
to come up with immediate facts that had documented 8/9/11. He said he turned down a satanic show from Adult Swim. And that was
it's
it.
a cable television network.
Well, I didn't know.
Share
I didn't
space
know.
with Cartoon Network.
Right, so
I
it
didn't
is
know it was a
its own-
network, but it was for the Adult
But
Swim
I'm saying
show.
the question, so
It's so specific. What did he turn down? What satanic role did he turn down? And
no,
he made it
you
perfectly
said
clear.
what satanic role did he turn down? But you were looking for the name of a network.
Or a show.
Or a show.
It just said, what satanic show did he turn down?
Right, and
so
that's
when he
it.
said Cartoon Network, I'm looking at Adult Swim. I don't know what that means.
You wrote a question that's ridiculous.
It's for Adult Swim. He said
Yeah,
the
but
wrong
we
show.
don't know. Listen to. Read the question you wrote down.
The question. Can I have the question, please?
You didn't ask for the name of the network.
But it was specific, right? You wouldn't say
Oh
NBC.
my God, you're retarded. It's impossible
No,
to deal
it's
with
not. You just love
you.
doing this
No,
to me.
you can't explain.
Yes, I can.
Go ahead, read the question.
What job on TV did Eric turn down because he thought it was too satanic?
But that's not
Adult Swim. Adult Swim is the show.
No, it's a network.
Well, then it was
idiot.
It was documented that way, Howard. I can show you the document.
Sal, why can't you admit you up?
What am I up?
There's nothing clear about that question. We're asking.
We don't know what you're asking for.
You could never write for a game show. What are you asking for? Adult Swim is the name of the network. You got to say, what was the name of the network that Eric almost worked for?
It was the Cartoon Network, Howard. Adult Swim is on.
But that's not your question. Read the question
What
again.
job on television did Eric turn down?
That
what
has
job?
nothing to do with a network.
I agree, but there is no I never said a network in here.
So what do you?
But the key word is satanic. There's only one show he turned down that was satanic. Was Adult Swim.
Adult Swim's the name of a network.
It's not a show.
It's not a show.
Well, Jason Kaplan just said that it's on the Cartoon Network.
No. It is a network that shares space.
Okay, but it was it was documented.
Sal, you're an idiot.
It was documented when he called in. He said this specifically. This is a specific
Sal,
quote.
listen to me. Your IQ is so corrupt and low.
Stop. It is not.
That you don't even know what I'm saying to you.
Yes, I do.
It's not a question of
I know what a network is. Like you work at AGT. The network is NBC. I know the difference.
So what would the question be?
What show were you on television?
AGT.
Right. What show did he turn down satanically on TV?
He didn't turn down Adult Swim. That's not the name.
What? It doesn't matter. He's
satanically. You're an idiot. You're a moron.
When he explained it.
You know what a moron this guy is? I got to tell everybody. Hold on. We're in the middle of a game. I know. I got to tell you what a dummy he is.
We're stopping the game for a second.
I'm not a moron. I come up with good ideas here. Ideas.
So yesterday... Eric the actor, you're on the air, but you got. I can't spend a lot of time with you today, Eric.
I was just calling because, what Shuli said yesterday, even though he apologized, still has me a bit pissed off because, I do these shows, I go to them, I enjoy being at them, and two of the times that I've done them this year, I've got people, either fans or him, talk and shout me afterward.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Eric, you've never called up and been into anyone here on the phone. You've never said things about people. You're like the biggest dick of all on the phones to people. And you're pissed because I made one joke.
What was the joke even?
I don't even remember. And
Nobody
I apologized to you.
cares.
And I apologized to you. Now I'm taking my apology back, and I want one from you.
You should see Gary I can't figure Eric the actor out because Gary got a 2-page letter from Eric directed at Johnny Fratto, his agent.
And Shuli.
Yeah,
And
I get
Shuli.
everything that Gary gets.
Yeah.
Gary has to filter all of this stuff.
Well, Gary gets caught. Like, it's not meant for Gary, it's meant for Johnny Fratto, but Eric CC's him on it.
Oh, I see.
And Gary started reading it to me. It's like this dense 2-page letter about how Johnny Fratto is failing Eric and how Johnny better. I don't know if it's a bit. And read some of that. I mean, give me the synopsis, Gary, because it goes on and on and on.
It starts off with Eric explaining to Johnny that he's very tired on these appearances, that Johnny needs to be more available, that maybe Johnny could skip going to the Rainbow Room one night and just be available via phone for Eric. The trips are long. Eric's in a lot of pain, so he needs extra money for pain pads and things that he puts on.
What's a pain pad?
Like some of those things you get from the drugstore and you slap them on and they warm or they cool.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But he blames Johnny for all of this.
Well, Johnny didn't get him to pat.
You're right. Johnny's the manager. Eric shouldn't have to ask for pats. Johnny should be there holding them. That's what I get at.
He wants Johnny to pay for those things.
Right.
See,
Right.
Jan is the guy who's supposed to get those things.
Right.
Then it goes into a whole long-winded thing about how he's pissed off at Shuli, how Shuli made him look like a bad person, but if he goes out to do these appearances and people see he's not the same person. But the one that really made me laugh was this whole long thing about business and everything, and then there's a second one. Oh, yeah, Johnny, I forgot something. Jan reminded me, we discussed that you should be combing the crowd for my groupies, and that they would go back to the room with me. So I can't tell if this is a goof or not.
Eric, is that for real? That Johnny should be combing the crowd for your groupies?
Yes.
Groupies?
They're Eric groupies?
But don't you think that's demeaning to Johnny to have to sit there and comb the crowd for your groupies? I mean, honestly, I don't know if you're serious or not.
Why is there an S on the end of groupies? You're expecting quite a lot.
I can't tell if Eric's for real or it's a shtick. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Just wondering if you've got Johnny on to explain his part.
No, Johnny's tapped out, dude. I talked to Johnny over the weekend. He said he woke up this week to an angry he goes, I woke up to a little person yelling at me about missing the 10-year anniversary on this show of calling in. Eric just called me.
I don't think Eric's for real. I think Eric knows there's no groupies. And I mean, Eric, if you had groupies, don't
Are
you
you
think...
serious? I think he really means this.
Eric, don't you think your groupies would have kind of contacted you and gotten involved with you there?
You wouldn't have to comb the crowd.
No. Groupies are they make themselves known. Eric has shy groupies.
Why? I mean, Eric, didn't you get enough attention at this last... I saw some of those pictures.
Johnny, you got reamed in this 2-page letter. Johnny?
Yeah, I'm here.
I said you got reamed in the 2-page letter.
He does think he has groupies, by the way. That's A. B, look at how many patches he want. If he would be the Mummy if he got all the patches. Plus, Howard, you got to explain to him. Those patches aren't good. They put something in your system or something.
Why at this point,
they're
Johnny?
like aspirin in them or something.
Why at this point are you still involved with Eric? That's what I mean. Do you enjoy it on some level, or do you enjoy the notoriety?
Howard, you know what? It's like anything that you get. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I went too far, and there are times that he can be nice. But, you know, this last 6 months has just been horrifying, and I've been telling him that.
And then what do? You get calls at home where he's, like, yelling at you that you don't get groupies for
Howard,
him?
He calls me 30 times a day, no matter what I'm doing. If I hang up, he'll call back in, like, 3 minutes. If I tell him I'm in a shower, he'll call back in 1.
Is that true, Eric?
I'm telling you.
Maybe.
Eric, you get mad at me for playing basketball with my son?
You said you were playing basketball with your son, and Eric just kept...
I was playing basketball with my son, and Eric says I should be working on his stuff instead of playing basketball with my son.
Does Eric understand there's no money in working for him? Like you would
Well,
make...
that's because Johnny's not working hard enough.
He does understand that. He does understand that.
And that you'd be bankrupt if you really were his manager?
You know, he'd be, oh my God. You know, the other night I went to that show, to Ronnie's block party. And he tried to put me to work. First he invites me, and I told him, Eric, I can't spend a lot of time there. I'm going to stop and I'm say hello to you, and I'd like to see Ronnie and all of that. It was a wonderful turnout, a great show. And he started on me right away. I mean, that second, you know, talking about groupies. I thought we were just talking about groupies. I wasn't aware that we were talking about his groupies.
Yeah, well...
I thought we were talking about Led Zeppelin and shit like that.
So maybe what he wants you to do is pressure a few girls into sleeping with him.
Yeah.
Maybe
There wouldn't have been any need for groupies if you had shown up with the 2 people that you said you were going to show up with.
What's that all about?
He wants the 2 porn stars that were at the Viper Room.
Right.
Well, no, one was there, the other wasn't.
Well...
So if you had showed up with...
I think they killed themselves.
I mean, Eric...
If he had showed up with the Viper Room girls, he wouldn't have needed groupies.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was all ready for girls.
So, Eric, you were disappointed that Johnny showed up without the Viper Room girls because that might have been for you.
I was hoping.
Yeah. But you blame
Eric
Johnny.
had got himself all ready.
But you know, Johnny's not a pimp. He can't just get women to sleep with you. You understand that?
No.
Yeah.
All right.
He doesn't get that, Howard. You really need to push that issue there.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't get it.
I mean,
Howard, I'm going to tell you something about Ronnie's voice, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know what the f he did to his voice, but that night at the block party, he gets so loud.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like 1,000 people there. He doesn't even need the microphone.
I know it's unreal.
And it's like that woman on Austin Powers when he screams. You know, like you cringe.
Yeah,
it
no,
gets real squealy.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it's bad. Hearing. I think he's got a problem with his hearing.
It's unreal. All right, hey guys, I got to go anyway. I got to get Sour Shoe set up. He's going to be the house band and all of that. All right, Eric. I can't get into all this now.
Okay, tell him, Howard, I'm not a pimp. Get me out of the pimp business.
Yeah, I think he gets it now.
No hitman, no pimp.
All right, Eric. Good luck, and surely apologize. All right, bye.
He's giving Johnny all the vices.
Bye, Eric.
Bye.
Yeah.
Get me women.
And we get involved because we get all the emails back and forth between those two,
Right.
and it's really hysterical. But it's almost to the point that you don't believe it. You know, like it needs
I
to go.
feel sad that, he went out there expecting not only to see all the guys and to meet fans, he expected to get laid.
All right. Idiot. There's a whole bunch of shit I want to talk about. I do want to get to some phone calls, and I see it's almost 9 o'clock already. Time do fly, doesn't it?
I know, we've hardly talked to anybody.
We haven't talked to anybody.
We talked to Balls, I think, and somebody named Nick, as I recall.
Eric, the actor's on the phone, but it's getting fatiguing. He's like...
What does he want?
I feel bad not picking him up every time, but I can't pick him. Eric, every time I go to the phone, you're there. It's like... And then if I don't pick up, I get all these emails. You don't pick up my phone. And... Eric, you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm calling because of the fact that you shut me down last week when I was trying to request something.
Yeah, I know. It's just sometimes it takes so long, Like sometimes I have time to talk to you, but sometimes I don't. And you don't seem to get that I'm doing a show and I have a pace to the show. And I don't know. It's just difficult
It would
to do.
take a retard not to realize that you're doing a show. I realize you're doing the show, jackass.
No, you don't, because then you write letters that I if I keep you on for 5 minutes, you're like, I only got 5 minutes and I have many things to say. You don't get that I do a show. So then you are a jackass.
No, I get it.
We sound
Then
like
why are you upset if you get it?
Because I get constantly asked by people on Twitter and on Facebook, have you called in today? People want to hear me on regardless if you think they do or not.
Yeah, but Twitter and Facebook, I don't care what people say on there. They're just...
They're your fans, you idiot.
Yeah, but I don't do the show by the 5 people who like you. Why am I explaining myself to him? How would he ever understand? When he gets a show to do, he does the world's worst show. Anyway, what can I do for you, Eric?
This weekend, this upcoming weekend, your guest for tomorrow is going to be a part of the TNA